Please have your pens and notepads ready, as I assure you this will be an amazing and impactful session. Before we start, please listen to the house rules. Kindly mute your mic, switch off your video as well, and please leave all questions in the in-chat section. I will read them during the question and answer session. Lastly, kindly follow us on all media platforms. Check the in-chat section to see our media handles. Today, we will be exploring the impact of ERP solutions on SMEs and large organizations. Our speaker will guide us through how enterprise resource planning solutions transform businesses of all sizes and industries. In our dynamic business landscape, efficiency and agility are crucial for growth and competitiveness. ERP solutions offer a comprehensive framework to streamline operations, optimize processes, and integrate disparate functions within an organization. In today's session, our speaker will explore the effect of ERP solutions, analyzing their fundamental advantages, utility, and significance to organizations. By enhancing operational efficiency and data visibility, as well as facilitating informed decision-making, ERP solutions enable businesses to flourish in today's dynamic marketplace. Join us as we uncover the impact of ERP solutions on SMEs and large organizations. Together, we'll embark on a journey to harness the full potential of technology to drive organizational excellence and innovation. We are proud Odoo Silver partners in Nigeria. Odoo is a renowned global ERP software solution that has empowered millions of users worldwide to enhance the efficiency of their business. GrowthStack is a leading ERP implementation company in Nigeria with offices in Lagos and Abuja. We have a distinguished track record in our field and have successfully implemented ERP software across various sectors, including manufacturing, information technology, oil and gas, real estate, and government parastatals, amongst others. Before I bring up our speaker for today, I want to acknowledge the GrowthStack webinar team who are working diligently in the background to ensure smooth operations. For today's webinar, our resource person is none other than our new Chief Executive Officer, Mr. Ini Akpabio. With over a decade of experience in the information technology industry, Mr. Akpabio brings a wealth of knowledge and expertise to today's presentation. Starting his career as an information technology support engineer, he has continually demonstrated a commitment to innovation and client satisfaction. He has over 5 years of experience in ERP support. Mr. Akpabio's leadership is driving transformative initiative aimed at propelling GrowthStack forward for a new era of innovation and success. His strategic vision and deep understanding of ERP market dynamics makes him an ideal presenter to do justice to today's topic. Join us as we welcome Mr. Ini as he shares his insight and expertise with us during today's webinar. We are confident that his delivery today will be inspiring and provide guidance to our ERP users and those who haven't made up their mind yet. Ladies and gentlemen, I present to you Mr. Ini Akpabio.
Hello and good morning to everyone. My name is Ini Akpabio. Please confirm you can hear me, confirm you can see me. Okay, great. All right, so I'm going to be sharing my screen pretty shortly. A moment, please. Okay. Right. So if you can see my screen, please let me know. Can you see my screen, please?
Yes, please.
Ruth. Okay, so good morning, everybody. Good afternoon and good evening from wherever you're joining us. Okay, I'm happy to be here. My name is Iniak Fabio, as rightly mentioned by Ruth. I am the CEO of GrowStack, and I'm happy to do this presentation today. So we're going to be taking the questions after all of the slides have been taken. So I'd like you to please note down your questions, okay? And then afterwards, I'm sure there are questions I'm ready to take. And then, of course, I have my team who are there to also support, okay? And we're looking at today, our March 2024 webinar. Okay, for this webinar, we're looking at the topic impact on ERP solutions on SMEs and large organizations. So we are drilling down to maximizing efficiency and growth, right? So we are looking at something that affects every business, okay, be it a small one-man business or a large organization where you have up to 2,000 people working. All right. So first of all, what's ERP? Okay, so I'm just going to tell you straight up, in case you see me say ERP anywhere along the slide, okay, you know that ERP is enterprise resource planning. So enterprise resource planning has has to do with the putting together of resources, okay, harnessing resources to make sure that in a very well planned, thought out manner, right? Organizations are able to maximize with the little resources that they have. They're able to maximize the resources and, of course, make a lot of impact, a lot of benefit, profit from that resources. So that's what ERP really does for you. Okay, so what's an ERP solution? So basically, an ERP solution is that integrated management of main business processes. So how you bring this business, for example, take for a case study, we take an e-commerce site, for example. So there's the guys who's into logistics, there are the guys who are into inventory management, the warehouse guys, a whole lot of departments put together. So, but you don't want to be seen as not as divided, so to say, and then the warehouse guys are not able to talk with the guys who are in the inventory department and the guys who are into logistics. So there's a divide. So ERP is able to bring all of this together. Okay, so how does it do it? It does it real time, okay, and then of course with the help of software and technology. Right. So basically, what this is telling you is that our case study again, the e-commerce site, the guy who does the buying. So I'm a user. I buy say a phone on a website, on an e-commerce site, and then it's taken out from the inventory automatically. So it is seamless. It's done seamlessly. You don't need to get someone to click on it to allow it to get it to be taken out of the warehouse. Then the inventory guy takes it out of the inventory list, and then the logistics guy will now have to go and do the delivery. So there's that seamless flow, all right? So that's what ERP does for you, bringing all of this together. So why is ERP important for modern businesses? Okay, first off, it gives you real-time business intelligence. So you're looking at real-time business intelligence. Like I said, I buy a phone from an e-commerce site. It is taken off automatically without anybody going to say, oh, and somebody has bought a phone, okay, and let's take it out. No, it could take somebody like 2 days, 3 days to take it out, okay? But ERP helps you do it real time, right? So you see the business intelligence real time. And of course, it helps you standardize your workflow. So if a workflow is going to take...
Sorry, are you sharing the slide? Are you sharing slide?
Yes, I am. Yes, I am.
No, we are not seeing the slide.
Oh, okay. Sorry. Let me share my entire screen in that case. So to be on the safe side, yes, I'm sharing my entire screen. Okay. So tell me if you can see it now, please. Can you see my entire screen now?
Yes, you can see the slide now.
Perfect.
Please go on.
Sorry about that. Yeah. Okay, so you're able to look at real-time business, for example. That's one of the important of ERP to your business, so modern business operations. So you're able to look at real-time business intelligence. In my case study, of course, I said If I buy a phone, it's taking real time. It's taking out real time. Okay, you don't need somebody to manually take it out from the inventory. And of course, you don't need the warehouse guy to say, okay, this has been bought. Okay, I take it out of the warehouse, hand over to the logistics guy. So everything is done real time. All right, and the logistics guy gets a pop-up to say, who has bought the phone? I need to go to the warehouse to pick it up and then deliver. All right, so all of those are done with the use of ERP solutions. All right, and then your standardized workflow. So what is done by A is done by B, even when A is on leave. So there's a standard workflow. It doesn't matter who is there. All the person needs is to pick up the SOP and then studies the SOP and knows that, okay, this is how it works, and then follows that process. All right, and the person is doing it seamlessly. And then the streamline operation. So what should take 10 people to do, 20 people to do, it takes actually one person. And in some cases, all you need to do is automate the process. So when you automate the process, you discover that the process becomes a streamlined one. So no bottlenecks, no delays, and control. There's a lot of control as a matter of fact, because the system is streamlined and automated. So we're going to be looking at quickly the evolution of ERP systems. So in the evolution, pre-1960, okay, and of course up to 1960s, they were the traditional paper pen method. So that was a very manual process of doing that. And of course, after that, it would be imputed into the bill of materials is processed by a mainframe computer. Imagine a frame computer as big as your living room or your whole office, for example. So that was how it operated in the 40s and 50s up onto 60s, thereabouts, okay? And then it goes to a point where they developed something called material requirement planning, all right? So that material requirement planning was then, okay, if 10 maybe 10 bags of cement are required, they plan for that 10 bags of cement. So you don't have to say, oh, I want to build a house. So you go and buy 100 stock, put it in your warehouse or in your house, keeping it for, so you just do based on material requirement, material required. All right. So that was how MRP came to be. And then, of course, it moved on to MRP2, which then fine-tuned it to be a lot more better than MRP1. So it wasn't just talking material, it's as when it's needed, okay? And then, of course, there was in the 1990s, there was the complete integration of business processes leading to the early form of ERP. So the early form of ERP came in the 90s, okay, and we moved on to 2000, where we had the ERP2, and of course, which incorporated the customer relationship management tool, and of course, business intelligence into operations. So all of these tools came to be because they saw that there was a need for a CRM to be integrated into the ERP system. Of course, business intelligence also played a major role. And then, of course, we're looking at between 2010 and today, we have integrated ERP. That's IERP, which integrates with AI, machine learning, and the IoT, that's Internet of Things, and of course, so harness real-time data. So you are looking at a whole lot of robust system that can even predict the future to say, okay, we are going to have, say, 20,000 customers in 20 years, or in 5 years, for example. Okay, so in 5 years, if you're going to have 20,000 customers, what do we need to do now to prepare ourselves ahead? So do we need to put infrastructure? Do we need to get some people hired? Do we need to open up more our business more? Do we need to make some more adverts? Do we need to make? So it helps you think ahead. All right, as against being reactive, okay, you are now proactive. So that's what IERP does for you. And of course, that's what ERP really does for you. So basically, from pre-1960s, okay, up until date, you can see the evolution, how it came one after the other, and then what we have today, right? So we are also going to be seeing the benefits of ERP for SMEs, right? Oftentimes, you would see that for SMEs, okay, it is always, oh, let me just do, or because maybe it's a one-man business or a two-man business, or maybe 3 people working together. They just quickly do things as they come, right? But ERP is able to help you manage a whole lot. So, for example, something that should be done by 2 people can actually be done by 1 person. So all you need to do is automate your processes such that your processes become very seamless. And it looks like there are a lot of people in the back end doing the work. No, there are not so many people doing the work. Just 1 person who allows some things, okay, where human intervention should be, is there to put the place the intervention, or where the system should automate it, the system automates it automatically. All right, so process automation is very key. Streamline process and workflow automation. And then second benefit will be improved data accuracy and decision making. Like I said earlier, so you are going to make a decision for the future. How do you make that decision? So ERP is going to be able to tell you, okay, in 10 years from now, or in 2 years from now, this is what's going to happen to the economy. Okay, this is what you should be doing to get yourself to key into the needs of 2 years. So even 2 years ahead of time, you already know what's going to happen, and you're already preparing yourself, you're preparing your team, you're preparing your infrastructure to accommodate what's going to happen in 2 years. So you're ahead of your pace, right? As against instinctive, reactive actions that we take, most times in this part of the world, okay? And then, of course, cost reduction through resource optimization. So if you understand that your resources are scarce, all right? Your resources are scarce, you don't want to throw them out there and without them doing anything for you. So you want to really maximize them. You don't want to really use them such that they are used optimally, all right? So that's one thing that ERP does for you, cost savings. And of course, let's look at the ERP roadmap. So if you look at the ERP roadmap, first off, before you set out to get an ERP solution, okay, so first thing you want to get is to define your business goals. Okay, you want to see your needs. You say, okay, we need X, Y, Z. We need to do this. We need to do that. Okay, these are pain points that we have. Okay, we can't do maybe a month end accounting report that cannot be done. Okay, maybe it's tedious. It takes the accountant like 2-3 days or a week to do the month end report. Even at that, with errors. So ERP solution will quickly help you with just clicks. You're able to be able to streamline your business goals, okay, and of course that's which is your pain point, and then of course meet your needs on time. So first of all, you define your business goals, and then secondly, you take inventory of your current state solution. So what are you using? Is it Excel? Are you using Word? Are you using what systems are you using? So are they really functioning optimally? Are they working for us? Are they doing what they should do? Then of course you also go ahead to do what I will call my cap analysis to define your inefficiencies. So where there are people doing or a system doing 2 things instead of 1, okay, that's duplication. You want to cut all of those because it's going to waste time, and then of course take resources. And then you prioritize the needs. In doing all of this, you want to prioritize. Okay, I want to see, okay, out of all of these needs that I have, which one is very important for me? Which one is next important? Okay, so you do your prioritization of your business needs, and then of course you assess your costs, risks, and dependencies. So if you have solutions that you currently use and you want to bring in another solution, okay, how are they going to be able to work together? Okay, what's the risk? What's the cost of this solution I'm bringing in? Is it going to serve me? So you want to have that done, and of course combine business and IT priorities. So of course carry your business guys along, and of course the IT department, they have to be part of stakeholders that should be in that stakeholders meeting when you're having the roadmap done. And then of course you want to combine a roadmap. So you want to have something, okay, from here and there, from the different departments, from the different stakeholders, put them together and say, okay, where are we headed? Okay, what are we about to do? So how do we go about this? Okay, then of course you go to the ongoing strategic roadmap, and validation. So that should be an ongoing process. So you do that, you do over and over again. You keep validating your strategies, your roadmap. You keep modifying it to suit your needs. So at that point, so if you have done your roadmap very well, what are the things you stand to gain? Of course, the list is not exhaustive, but I just picked 3 major things that you stand to gain. First off is the operational efficiency. So you discover that if you have done that, even before you employ an ERP solution, you would have reduced you made your operations very efficient. Right? First of all, that you would have achieved. And then secondly, you have data-driven decision making. So your decision making will be top-notch. So you don't just rush into getting an ERP solution and then you bring it in, sitting there, not serving the company the way it should be. And then, of course, strategy and agility. In the sense that if you know, I guess a lot of us know what agile is all about. The agile scrum is all about. So you're able to take decisions as and when they should be taken. Make needs for the need for change. You take that immediately. So you don't wait until something ends and it goes back and then you change it. So, but because you have done your roadmap very well, you're able to make decisions in an agile way. Okay, and then let's look at the overview of cloud ERP system frameworks. If you have to use cloud, okay, which is the way forward right now, okay, as against the traditional having a server sitting in your server room or your data center, right? So what are those things you stand to profit, okay? And what you stand to gain. So assessing your needs, your business needs and needs. So you're able to assess your business needs and from wherever you are at every point in time, okay? And then compare ERP solutions and vendors. So you are able to compare, all right? So you know who is able to serve you and who is not able to serve you. And of course, conducting a cost-benefit analysis. That you should do at all times. A CBA, you should do each time you're about to indulge, you're about to involve, engage a ERP company for their services. And of course, they will look at implementation plan. That you should have handy. Securing employee buy-in and support. So employees, we are going to be seeing shortly, employees don't really want to change what works for them, okay? That really works or not. Some people just want to stay with their comfort zone, okay? But you want to seek employees to say, oh, guys, give us support, let's get this done. Because without them, I can bet you you are going nowhere. And then preparing for data migration. You want to, what's the current way our data are stored presently? Do we have them in hard copies? Do we have them in soft copies? Do we have them on the cloud? Do you have them on premise? Do we have them in flash drives? Okay, yeah, it's a surprise to know that some companies run on flash drive. All right, that's a very risky one. But of course, you want to know how you're going to migrate data. So where are your data residents at the moment? How are they going to be migrated? You want to look at that process in a very seamless way, okay? That you don't get to lose data, because if you lose data, your business is already going to suffer for it. And then of course, training and support, okay? Ask for training, okay? How long are we going to be trained? What's the support we're going to get from your company? Okay, so that's the framework in engaging an ERP, cloud ERP system. Okay, so we also look at, sorry, a moment, please, let me take monitoring and continuous improvement. So you keep monitoring the solution you have deployed, and of course, keep improving it. There's always room for improvement, okay? Give room for improvement. You keep making modifications as and when there's a need to have those modifications done. And of course, in no time, I bet your system is almost perfect. There's no perfect system wherever, but of course, it's almost perfect. And of course, most keep coming in. So what are the challenges faced by SMEs in ERP implementation? Number one is budgeting. Okay, budget is a very big money. This has to do with money. I'm sure a lot of people would have started saying, hey, I said it. Yeah, you really said it, because money is a challenge, right? But with planning, okay, there's a solution for that. With streamlining your activities, your needs, so to say, there's a solution for that. So maybe you want to say, oh, I can't afford £1, I can afford XYZ amount, okay? We need to sit down and say, okay, we make a plan with you, and then we come up with what suits you, okay? Because we know that for as small as a one-man business is, even a roadside business, an ERP solution would help in making sure that that business grows, right? You're not in business to just for the sake of, let me be in business. You're in business to grow yourself, okay? And you want to have branches, of course, ERP will help you do that. And then, of course, integration with legacy systems, okay? So you have a system already in place that would not, that's not easily integrated. So, for example, your bank account, you want to integrate your bank account such that with your ERP solution, such that when there's an inflow, you're seeing it real time on the ERP solution. All right, real time. You don't have to go and log into your bank account to check. And of course, even from your your ERP, you can actually make transactions. Okay, make transfers, receive transfer, receive cash, make outflows, just like that. Okay, so that's a challenge that faced by SMEs, and of course, resistance to change among employees. So employees, like I said earlier, don't want to really change. They want to stick to what they're doing. Okay, they don't want to. People don't want to change. It's characteristics. So usually, what we do, we ask maybe the stakeholders, how are you going to be able to get buy-in of your employees? So they let us know. They will actually advise them on what to do to get the buy-in of employees. So the success factors for ERP implementation for SMEs are, number one, strong leadership and clear vision. So if all of these factors are met, I'm going to mention, there are a lot more than that, but three key ones I'm going to mention. You're going to see that you are going to have a very smooth ERP implementation if you're an SME. So strong leadership and clear vision. So know what you want ab initio, even before you set out for the request for an ERP solution. Know exactly what you want. And then you have an effective change management strategy. All right. So change is a challenge. Yes. If you don't know it now. No, change is a challenge for every SME. Right. So you're changing from the way you do things to a new way. It's always a difficult one, right? So you must have a process to do that change. And I'm going to let you know that my company, GrowStack, is there to help you get to do that change management at any point in time. And of course, the ERP vendor selection and solution selection. Okay, so you want to see what vendor am I looking at, what solution am I looking at. Okay, and cost effective. It's not just being cost effective. If they're cost effective and they're not effective in doing the work, how do you want to get it? You want to put some millions into this, or maybe some hundreds of thousands into it, and then at the end of the day, you are not able to reap the benefits. No, you don't want to do that. So you want to pick a vendor that gives you that solution, and of course, as you need it. So the success factors for ERP implementation, of course, will be, for example, looking at the overview of a successful ERP implementation in an SME, key strategy employed, measurable benefits achieved. So you want to look at all of this. Okay, am I able to measure the benefit I've achieved over time after I've implemented my ERP, after the ERP has been implemented? Of course, benefits of ERP for large organizations, we mean big manufacturing companies. Okay, so one is that it is scalable and flexible, and it accommodates growth. So let's say you have 1,000 employees as of today, and in the next 10 years or 5 years or 2 years, you intend to have 2,000 employees. So ERP solutions are able to accommodate that growth. All right, so you don't need to scrap a whole system and then bring a new system into it. So all you need to do is just do a system, an ERP solution that's able to be scalable and of course flexible, accommodate the growth that's happening in your company. And of course, standardization of processes across multiple units. So one unit is not doing something different from the other. All right. So an ERP solution is able to help you make sure that all of the different units are able to do things in the standard way. Okay. Irrespective of what they do. And of course, it enhances collaboration and communication. There's nothing if there's collaboration. These days of working from home, I'm working from home at the moment. I have my colleagues in Abuja and Lagos who are all scattered everywhere in Nigeria. So working from home, right? If we don't have a system that allows us to collaborate and then communicate very well, there's going to be either duplications or somebody's going to be skipping something, thinking some other person has done it. So ERP solutions, ERP particularly, Odoo ERP, helps you be able to collaborate with your colleagues and, of course, communicate very effectively. So what are the challenges faced by large organizations when you want to implement ERP for them? So first off is the complexity of the organizational structure. The organizations are so big, so you have to be able to, from one department to the other, understand what they do, how they do it, who does what, okay, and who should do what, who approves what, okay. So all of those you want to put together, all right. And of course, I'd like to mention again to you that Odoo is a wonderful solution, and Growth Stack is the company that's done this for many companies all over Nigeria, outside of Nigeria, as a matter of fact. So Growth Stack has done it. So it doesn't matter how complex, how big the organization is, we have the capacity, we have the human resources to get all of those done. And then, of course, resistance from various departments. Okay, in this case now, it's against the SMEs. When you have resistance by some people, this is a whole department will say, no, we don't want this system. It's crap. We don't want to work with it, right? So that's a headache, right? You want to deal with that. And then, of course, the data security and privacy concerns. These days of data privacy is becoming key. Everybody needs to understand that data privacy is becoming key. And the only way to solve that is to get a solution that will help you not fall into trouble with the government or with the regulatory bodies. Because if you do, there's a lot of fine to be paid for it. All right. We know the banks. All right. We know the manufacturing industries. We know the SMEs who manage all of this, and hackers are everywhere looking for your data to steal. Okay, so they are looking for data to steal, but the moment they get hold of it, they can do a whole lot with it. Okay, so you want to get an ERP solution that helps to manage your data security and, of course, privacy concerns. Okay, and then let's look at some success factors, some things that would help large organizations be able to implement an ERP solution. So one of them is comprehensive planning, engagement, involvement. So have meetings with stakeholders. Okay, the key people who should be doing what, bring all of them together, and then you discuss with them, know their pain points, know what exactly they want to achieve, and of course you provide a solution for them. And of course, secondly, is a robust project management. Okay, so if you have a robust project management and execution, you will discover that it makes the whole job a lot easier. And of course, you'll be recording success in the implementation of the ERP solution. Now, of course, continuous training and support for end users. That can never be overemphasized. Okay, so it's not enough for you to train people once and then off they go. Or you have a solution where people will have to travel abroad to get trained. Okay, that's in the old school. That's in the old. Okay, we have solution that people will have to come to your premises and you get trained, and in no time, in a matter of a week, maximum 2, your guys are up and running. Okay, I'd like to also mention that Odoo is very intuitive. Okay, it's very intuitive. By that I mean, if you know what you're looking for as an accountant, for example, or a CRM, a customer relationship management person, you know exactly what to do. What you're looking at in a system, a good system, you're able to achieve that with Odoo. All right. So the future trend for ERP. So what is happening already now and what's going to likely happen in the nearest future is, first of all, there's an adoption of cloud-based ERP solutions. So it's against having a server in your data center, which comes with a lot of risk. Okay, you would have invested in the hardware itself. You need to get a security space for it. You must get FM 200 as a fire extinguisher. You must have a raised floor. All of those things to a tight environment for a server, right? You don't need to do all of those. You don't need to make all of those investments. All right. All you need to do is have a solution that is cloud-based, and from your home, you work, connect, and then you are fine. You don't have to look for security. You don't have to look anything whatsoever. Just subscribe to the cloud-based ERP solution, and you are perfect. And secondly is integration with emerging technologies like AI and IoT. So with AI, Internet of Things, artificial intelligence, and Internet of Things coming together to be merged with ERP, we are in for a fantastic future. All right. So if you're excited about the future, you are the right spot. Okay, you are talking to the right people. Right. We are there to give you all of the support. Then focus on customization and user experience. Right. So in future, it will not be an off-the-shelf thing anymore. Like you just go to a website, just download an ERP solution and start using it. No, you want to customize it such that it suits your business needs, your process flow. Okay, we do 1, 2, 5, 3. That is how we do it. We don't do 1, 2, 3, 8. So that is your flow. So we follow your flow and we customize the solution to suit your flow, and it's not just going to be something that would be picked up from anywhere and then dubbed for you. So what next? You want to embrace ERP for your solution. Okay, you want to embrace ERP for anything you do, logistics, commerce, hospital, government, whatever you do. As a matter of fact, be you an SME or a large organization, you want to embrace ERP so that all of your needs are taken care of. I tell you the truth. It may look complex right now. Okay, it may look complex, but maybe because the idea is just creeping into Nigeria, but it's been used elsewhere, and a lot of companies have been benefiting from it. We know a couple of companies where you have just 10 people doing big things, making a lot of millions. All right, even in Nigeria. All right, just 10 people making a lot of millions, and with the help of ERP, this is possible. Something that 100 people should do. Just 10 people are sitting on a system, and because the system is automated, everything is moving seamlessly. So what next? What do you think you should do next? You should embrace ERP and see how you should maximize the use of ERP optimize the use of ERP in your business processes, and see the benefits of using ERP. So I'd like to ask, are there questions for me? I'd like to take your questions at this time. If there's anything I've said you are not sure of, or you want more clarifications, want to refer me to a slide, you want to talk about it. If there's anything outside of this topic that we treated today, want to bring it up. So, I'd like to hear your question.
Thank you very much, Mr. Ini. We have a few questions from our media page. Emmanuel Idris asked, what is the implementation timeline for Odoo ERP and what resources will be required from our end?
Okay, so for the implementation timeline, is usually between a week, maximum a week, and maybe 3 months, depending on how large, okay, the project is. So between a week and 3 months, all right. So if it's an SME, less than a week, as a matter of fact, that can be done, all right. And then of course, if it's a very big manufacturing company, maybe 3 months maximum, or big government establishments, okay, state government or the federal government or the parastatal, of course, 3 months is enough for that implementation. So what will be needed from you? It depends on what exactly you're doing. So first off, I think we need to have a discussion with you to understand your pain point, understand what exactly you need to achieve, and then they're able to customize, because it's not a one-size-fits-all solution, okay, that we have. So we're going to be able to customize, tell you exactly what you need to provide us. So there's no hard or fast rule to that.
Also from Idris, he said, can Odoo ERP and what support options are available?
Odoo ERP do what?
Can Odoo ERP scale as our businesses grow, and what support options are available?
Okay, yes. So for scalability, I think I mentioned in one of the slides there. Okay, scalability in Odoo is, as a matter of fact, it's a very seamless one. All right. So all you need to do, you have 10 users, for example, you have 20 users, or if you have 1,000 users, you want to scale up to 2,000 users. So it's as simple as mentioning it as your requirement to us. And of course, we are giving you support immediately. So the support options are also depends on the terms that we have with you. So there's no one support option that fits everybody. All we need to understand your needs, and of course, we are tailoring your solution to your needs. So one support solution for company A may not fit company B because of your needs. So all we need is understand your problems or your pain points, and we're able to provide a support option that best fits you.
Okay, this is coming from what modules are available in Odoo ERP, and can they be customized to fit our specific needs?
Yes. Okay, so there's a lot of modules, for example, CRM, there's the account, there's HR, there's document for your document management, there is lots of modules. Okay, procurement, you know, a lot of modules as a matter of fact. Odoo has all of the modules that you need to run your office. Just understand that, right? So Odoo has that. So whether they are customizable, yes. As a matter of fact, Odoo encourages you to customize them to your needs. So it is as simple as that. Yes, they are very customizable.
Okay, so this is coming from John Morin. He's asking, can your solution provide or generate a for my business, say monthly?
Please, can you repeat that question again, Ruth?
The question is, or generate a profitability or loss status for my business, say monthly?
Yes. As a matter of fact, yes. Okay, so you know daily, as a matter of fact. So you don't need to, you know, in the traditional accounting system, you would have to wait till the end of the month, then you would then be able to check to see whether you have made profit, whether you've made, you are not making profit. I don't want to use the negative word, okay? Whether you made profit or you have not made profit for that month. But with Odoo, you are able to say a day whether you are making profit or not. Per day, as a matter of fact, with Odoo. And the system is so simple that all you need to do is also click, and you're seeing all of the solutions. So it gives you analytics. So the sales analytics, you're getting all of those analytics, you're seeing everything on a pane of glass. You'll be able to see how much is sold first day, how much is second day, and stuff like that. And as a matter of fact, the particular time where sales was high, you want to know that. So because you want to see trends. So if I sell, for example, I sell beverages, okay, I mean soft drinks or any of those, okay, and you discover that during Ramadan period, at 10 p.m. or 7 p.m. in the evening, sales goes up, or from 7 p.m. to 10 p.m. sales goes up. You want to stock because you know that sales is going to go up. But you will not want to stop because somebody who is 2 kilometers away stocks. And then you go to stock. Because if you stop because someone who's 2 kilometers away stocks, you probably run trouble. Maybe the person has a mosque close to him or her, and then you say, oh, so XYZ person stops, let me quickly stop. Thing is, nobody comes to you to buy. Whereas people will to the other person because it's closer to months. So an ERP solution is going to be able to do that analytics to tell you when exactly sales goes up for a whole year, for a whole month, for days, as a matter of 4 weeks. You're going to be able to say you can narrow down to why sales goes up at that particular point in time. Then it helps you make your planning ahead of time.
Okay. Again, he asked, how secure is Odoo ERP and what measures are you looking?
Okay, so how secure is Odoo ERP? I'd like to mention that governments all over the world have implemented ERP. Okay, governments all over the world have implemented Odoo ERP into the solution, integrated Odoo ERP into the operations. Okay, but tells you how secure it is. We have not had a case of Odoo server hacked ever. There has never been a case. Okay, such a case. Okay, so Odoo has employed experts, security experts, who do a lot of penetration testing, who do a whole lot of security for them. Okay, that is done all over the world. So people have been hired to hack into the system, attempt to hack into the system. That's penetration testing. And of course, there are also known people who are there working tirelessly to make sure the system is secure. So there has never been a case of breach whatsoever. Odoo has never been involved in a data privacy issue anywhere in the world. I haven't heard that. We haven't read it anywhere. If you have, you want to Google it and please share it with us here. We'll be glad to see that. So Odoo is very secure.
Okay, another question from Michael Singh. He asks, what is the role of an employer?
Oh, sorry, I didn't hear you at the point. There was a glitch. What's the role of an employer?
What is the role of an employer in Odoo ERP migration and implementation? From Michael.
Okay, yes. So, Mr. Michael, okay, we first would ask what solutions you have on ground, what you're currently using, and of course we also know your pain points. So you give us that information, and of course we also know how easily accommodating your staff are going to be, or your team members are going to be with the Odoo ERP. All right. So because we know that if they are not accommodating, if they don't accommodate the solution, it's not going to work. There are cases where people buy them, and then because nobody's using them, the system is there. Work is still ongoing. Work goes on well, but it will not work. People must get to move them to make them work. Okay. So all of this and many more. Okay, we have a list of requirements that we would ask of you. All right. When we get those requirements, we're able to now work with you and then get. I may not be able to mention them right now, but of course, there's a list of checklists that will be sent to you, and of course, meetings held to be sure that all of your concerns are treated.
Can you allow opportunity for, sorry, Ruth, can you allow opportunity for people in the house here if they have, contribution?
Yes, please.
Yeah, in the room here, because I'm sure someone might want to make one or two contribution to be more interactive. Yeah.
Yes, that makes sense, please. Contributions and questions, please, from the house.
Anyone in the room here in the Google Meet that wants to add to this all-important topic, please, you can go ahead. Just raise your hand up, but Ruth, you can go ahead with other questions while we're waiting for their hands to be raised.
Okay, this is coming from Oluwatobi. He asks, how easy is it to integrate Odoo ERP with our existing?
Okay, Ini, are you there?
I'm not sure. I think it's network.
Okay, so what's the question?
The question is, how easy with our existing systems and software?
Okay, thank you very much, everyone. My name is James. I've been enjoying the discussion so far. Integrating Udo ERP with another system, if I say yes, I'll be trying to do sales, or I'll be trying to be selling it done. It's not easy. So the answer is, it is not easy to integrate, but it's easy when you find the right vendor, the right company to understand the other system, third-party system. So it's not easy to integrate, but there's a process that makes it very easy to integrate. For example, in the healthcare industry, there is no project that we have done in the healthcare industry that has not been an integration project, because all of them have an EMR already running. So integrating those systems has been a very huge challenges. And then we had a project with Enugu State Electricity Distribution Company. That's a very large project. You need to integrate it into vending machines, very large. So it's not an easy project, but there are processes that makes it easy. So if you're planning to do to open for integration to your existing third-party system, you need to get to understand that process. And then once we follow this standard process that has been laid down by experts in the industry, it's just it becomes very easy. So that would be my answer. But I think it is back online. So your mic is up. So the question was, how easy is integrate Udo or ERP to other third-party system? I just did my own answer, so you can go ahead.
Okay, I was really asked. I was even asking for you to give your own perspective to it, so it doesn't look like I'm not answering all the questions. But I want to think that you did justice to it, because you've had first-hand experience with implementation with different organizations. So should I still go ahead, or should we move on to another question so we don't?
Okay, this question is coming from Efosa from RT. He asks, what are the costs associated with implementing and maintaining Udo ERP?
Okay, so for the costs, can you hear me, Ruth?
Yes, I can.
All right, great. So for the costs, the cost of implementation is there, and of course the subscription is there. Okay, subscription is there for anybody to see on the internet. So if you go to odo.com, you're going to see that. Now the implementation really has to do with what you're looking for. So the more customization you want, the higher the cost. But trust, the cost is it outweighs the benefit outweighs the amount you're paying, the amount you're paying for the implementation. We can tell you that for free. So there's no one cost for all of the solutions, right? But of course, we can always communicate that to you on need to have basis.
I think this should be our last question. It's coming from Idris again. He said, I was reading about Udo and I saw the community version. And can you explain?
Okay. So, Mr. James, you want to come in, please? Let me just have a feedback.
Yeah. I'd like to, because this question has been around for almost all the time. Community version, it's not version, community edition. When you say Udo version, you're talking about Udo 16, Udo 17, that's version. So when you're talking of community and enterprise, that's edition. So the community edition is the free Odoo came as an open source. It's still an open source system. So the community is that open source system. You can have it for free, and then you can deploy it to your server, and then. So, but the enterprise edition comes with some optimized features. For example, there is no accounting module in community edition. There is no mobile app in community edition. And there are so many differences because then also there's so many other apps that are not in the community edition. So if you want to, one of the reasons why people go for community edition is because of the user licenses. In community edition, you don't have to pay per user, per license, per month, or per year. You can onboard unlimited numbers of users, unlimited employees. But the only thing is that some new updates in the system, you will not have access to them. And when I say it's free, it's not something you can actually download and use because you will not be able to know how to set the system up and ready for use. So when you want to, so if you want to go with the community edition, you will still need an expert to set the system up for you because it's not like you download Microsoft Word and start using. They have to set up the accounting, they have to set up the relationship between accounting, the cost of sales, the reporting. And then, so if you want to use community edition, there are also third-party apps that can support your accounting. So the main reason, to answer this question, the main reason why people go for community edition is because of the cost of license. Outside that, there is really no other reason. So if you don't have the license, the money to pay the license per user per month, which is in dollars, community edition is okay for you. But you need to pay an hosting fee. You can host it in Amazon Web Service, DigitalOcean, but it's not like hosting a website, your WordPress website. No, it has to be maybe something from virtual private server, dedicated server up. So you need to get information, first of all, from people like us or Google, ask other experts, and then once you get the information, you decide on what to go. So the difference is just go to odoo.com, click on the community, you will see how there's a comparison between community edition and the enterprise edition. You can find the difference and then you can decide for yourself which one works well for you. That would be my answer.
Lastly, before we call it a wrap, this question is coming from, we already have Odoo and we want to customize. How do we go about it?
Okay, so talk to us. Send us an email, and then we are going to be there to support you. So don't worry. We cannot give that. We can't give you that answer. All of the answers you need right here, in terms of customization of Odoo. Okay, so send us an email. We will now talk. Yeah, we'll talk to you, and then I'm sure Ruth, you want to put also any of the back team guys want to put up the email address to everyone. Yes, please. Put up the advisor's mail so that they're able to see.
Okay.
There's a hand raised.
Right.
There's a hand raised.
Go ahead and ask your question.
Hello.
Unmute yourself, yeah.
Good afternoon, everyone. Okay, so I appreciate this seminar. It's been a nice one, a very good one. Quick question here. I can see on the platform that what we have on Odoo is on US dollars, like Mr. James rightly also said. I want to ask, would the price fluctuation that we all know in Nigeria not going to affect whatsoever business you've signed with a particular company? For instance, you sign up for a contract with me for, say, $2,000 US, as against what we have today in Nigeria? Does the Naira equivalent affect whatsoever pricing you have? Thank you.
Okay, would you mind? Okay, can I go ahead?
Go on, please go on. Go on.
Yeah, thank you, Abigail. Let me start by answering the question this way. Nigeria and African countries benefit. There's a subsidized rate for African country. So if you look at the website, you will see something like $10 per user per month. In France, it's $45. That same plan is $45. In US, I think it's about $30-something. So African country already have a subsidized rate. And then still on the rate, Udo ERP license is the cheapest of all the ERP that are top. So there's a top 5 ERP system. I'm talking about Oracle, I'm talking about SAP, I'm talking about Microsoft Dynamics, and then, those top level ERP system. For example, let me pick Microsoft Dynamics. You will pay around $200 around it per month per user. After paying that license, I don't know if the price has changed. I mean, as of when I saw it last, after paying for that $200 per month per user, whatever app you choose to deploy, you will still pay another fee. So let's say if you have $200 per user and you sign up for a manufacturing app, you have to pay thousands of dollars for that manufacturing app. So let's say maybe $500, or I'm just giving that example. So you pay for manufacturing, you now pay for inventory, logistics. So you'll be adding all of these apps and it runs into tens of thousands of dollars. So for Udo, it doesn't matter how fluctuating the Nigerian dollar exchange rate is, it cannot be matched. Because once you pay that license, you have access to all the apps. So it's just for you to just select the one that fits into your business process. So the price, so even if dollar is 5,000 Naira per dollar, Udo will still be the cheapest for Nigerians. And I think you might want to get in touch to find out, how do I calculate my return on investment? So there are many ways to calculate your return on investment depending on your industry. If you are missing, if things are missing in your organization, let's say you have products and services you're missing. Okay, so if you don't deploy ERP to give you efficiency, transparency, how much would you be losing a month? If you work that out, you will find out that ERP is just the cheapest. Okay, compared to Excel, how does it benefit you? So a lot of things to consider, but the price, it's still cheaper. Maybe after 500, if Naira gets beyond 5,000 Naira per dollar, we will now begin to discuss that it's not cheap. But I'm not praying we'll get to that point. So for now, it's still very cheap, and you can actually pay this by yourself. So what some companies have done is that, okay, so they can just bill it maybe 1 Naira extra into their cost of sales or something like that. So you build it into your cost of sales, and then your profit, you know how to handle that part. So there's a way to do it and make sure that the cost is not a problem for you. That would be my short answer now, but there are many ways we can support you to make that decision.
Yep.
Yeah.
Ruth?
Yeah, I hope Abigail, that makes sense. Abigail, I hope that makes sense.
Okay, that's fine. Even though that also have a little bit of diplomacy into it. I guess if I need more, I'll come straight to the company to ask. I could say that, okay, to some extent, I think I got. Thank you.
Thank you, Abigail. Premius, Ruth, Premius hand is up. Can you call?
Please go ahead.
Hello, everyone. Yeah, my name is Primus, and I've been enjoying this webinar so far. Thank you all for putting this together. So, but I just wanted to add to what you were explaining earlier. I think in response to Abigail, I think if I wanted to do make payments, I think it will work best if the cost is at, let's say, $10, we know that thing, let's say in the month Mr. James was explaining earlier. Yeah, so that's my little contribution. Thank you.
Thank you very much, Primus. Thank you for your contribution. Does anyone have any question before we call it a wrap? This call, you will see our media links. Just follow us, reach out to us if you have any questions, ERP and all of it. Our details, our contact details are in the messages. Just go in there and get joining this session this month. We hope to see you next month. That will be all for now. Thank you, Mr. Ini. Thank you, Mr. James, for the question and answer session. Thank you so much. Oh, just before we leave, a question just popped in. Can we get this slide? Yes, the slide after. All right, thank you.
Yeah, so you can make a slide and send to all the attendees the routes. Yeah. So I think it's 12:08. Time to close. Yeah. Thank you. Okay, so thank you everyone for attending. On behalf of Growth Stack team, I want to really appreciate you. I can see Mr. Idris, Mr. Johnson, Premios, Idewu. I've seen Ade. I've seen so many other good people right here. I've seen Mr. Datu. Sir, are you there? Hey, I've seen, I've seen a lot of other people here. I've seen Tunji. I've seen a lot of, I've seen Sien, I've seen Amsu, and all other good people have joined. Thank you very much. We will be looking forward to see you next month for the next edition of the webinar. Please do have a wonderful holiday and a good weekend ahead. Thank you. Bye-bye.